We live in a society that is very sick because it is deeply conditioned to believe that if we press the button of go and never press stop, that we are in some way succeeding in life. The journey of self-nourishment is a journey of creating a safe haven within our body, a sanctuary where we can truly just be. Welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. An embodied experiential space for you to drop deep into the wealth of wisdom within your being and activate a fuller, richer you. I am a feminine awakener, thought leader, embodied business doula, sacred business midwife, healer, and all-round medicine woman. I am here to guide women deeper into their essence and power, to activate their life force, awaken pleasure, and support them to live an embodied life. I will help you birth your visions, dreams, creations, desires, and sacred business into the world from an easeful, embodied, and rooted place within. My work supports women to become more available for life, love, relationship, connection, creation, pleasure, and wealth. I will activate you into self-leadership and self-mastery to truly live an embodied and awakened life. Welcome on the journey, my love. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we are talking about a well-nourished, resourced, and mineralized woman. So let's get straight to it. A well-nourished, resourced, and mineralized woman holds clear boundaries, speaks her heart with vulnerability and softness, feels safe in her body, honors resting as an essential aspect of being truly connected to her essence and feminine nature, rebalances her hormones and makes choices that align to her hormonal balance and fullness, remineralizes her body and nourishes herself fully and deeply, lives in alignment with her cyclical nature, is embodied in her essence, and tends to her fertile energy as she knows it is a sign of her health and vitality. A well-nourished, resourced, and embodied woman is a testament to the power of self-love and self-care, of living a life deeply embodied, connecting to the embodiment of grace and strength within. She is a woman who knows the art of clear boundaries, the language of her own body and heart, and the importance of nurturing her soul. A resourced, nourished, and mineralized woman honors the ebbs and flows of her cyclical nature, as she is deeply and intimately connected with her essence and the rhythms of life that flow through her. She is the guardian of her fertile energy, recognizing it as sacred. She is embodied and connected to her essence. She lives in balance. She resonates with flow and ease and finds sanctuary in the embrace of her inner world. An undernourished, lacking resource, and minerally depleted woman is addicted to stress hormones in her body, abandons herself and her needs, lives in cycles of people-pleasing, glorifies busyness, overachieves, pushes, forces, and muscles her way through life in the belief that she needs to fight her way through, dishonors her cyclical nature, is disconnected from her feminine essence, energy, and physiology, exhausts her vital energy at all costs, lives in drama loops and unhealthy habits and patterns within, is living in the martyr or the victim, or a little bit of both, is unable to take responsibility for herself and her life, her nurture, her nourishment, her resource, and her overall vitality. An undernourished, depleted, lacking resource woman is a soul yearning for the embrace of self-compassion and self-nurturing. She often finds herself looped in the addictive web of stress hormones coursing through her body, constantly pushing for her to achieve more. She glorifies the relentless busyness that threatens to overshadow her true essence and nature. Abandoning herself and her needs becomes a common theme for her, for she is often an overachiever, relentlessly muscling and pushing and forcing her way through life's challenges. The beauty of her cyclical nature remains dishonored and misunderstood, as she tirelessly exhausts her vital energy, life force, and is in a state of depletion. This undernourished, under-resourced woman often finds herself caught in never-ending drama loops and unhealthy habits within herself and relationships externally too, deeply entangled in patterns that no longer serve her well-being. But within all of this, she carries an ember of resource, nurture, and care within that is waiting to be rekindled again. And she can take this journey through returning to her body, to become a woman that lives in a body that is well-nourished, resourced, and mineralized. She becomes a body and a system that is rooted in connection, reconnected to the spark of life. She becomes a woman that is rooted in connection to the source well of vitality and energy that is available to all beings on a cellular level. She becomes the living, breathing body and woman that is rooted and grounded, anchored in resource, and deeply integrated. She is able to relax and soften and to find safety within. A nourished, resourced, and metabolically mineralized body is a system that is able to be malleable, flexible, movable, steady, strong, and it has the capacity to hold nuance within their consciousness, thoughts, feelings, and experiences in life. Upon my own journey of exploring the depletions in my body, I have come to understand how stress, pain, and trauma from my own personal life experiences have caused deficits, deficiencies, and depletions within my own body. My cellular status was undernourished and depleted, lacking resource, connection. I could not find safety within. These depletions had caused energy drains in my body on a cellular level, causing leakages of my vital life force, parts of the refined ecosystem of my body operating in ways which were not serving their true purpose or full potential. The journey of becoming nourished, resourced, and well mineralized has been highly illuminating for me. As I have been traversing this path in my own journey of nurture and nourishment in my body, resourcing myself with daily practices of connection, renourishing myself with nutrient-dense food, and remineralizing my body and my system, I have arrived at this new place, an awakening into a vaster capacity to hold the lasting changes in my body and nervous system as I work through old wounds and patternings. the more nurtured and nourished and remineralized my body has become, the more I have been able to hold the waves of emotion that wash through me. And with that, the stories and narratives and beliefs that have historically had me hooked into very particular ways of thinking and feeling, experiencing life, and the lens that had been clouded for many years of how I saw reality. Historically, when working through these patterns, I would arrive at a particular point in the healing journey, if we will, and I would find myself bouncing back, springing back, or falling back into the old patternings time and time again. And I couldn't quite work out what was going on. In my mind, I was doing all the work: emotional healing, therapy, somatic work, body work, embodiment, every single tool that I have in my kit. And I would reach certain parts of integrating those loops to find myself back in them once again. The manifesting in my internal thoughts and my relationship with myself, manifesting in my external relationships, in my family, with friends, and my partner too. As I began to truly nourish my body with food, choices, movement, and rest that actually supported me, when I began to resource myself in a new way and deeply remineralize my body, it began to feed and grow this fertile ground within. It was like the soil of my body was beginning to come back to life. And small seeds of new possibilities had been sown, and this ground was able to nurture them and to grow them, to bring them into full bloom. Self-nourishment for me over the past few years has taken various different forms in my life. And these different facets of self-nourishment and self-care have become an integral part of my journey to living a more balanced and fulfilling life. A life with greater ease and calm, safety and connection. One of the big elements of my self-nourishment journey has been setting clear and healthy boundaries. This has allowed me to safeguard my personal space and honor my own true needs. As nourishment and self-nurture and embodied resource are not just the foods in which I consume. It is every single thought, word, action, and choice that I participate in. My personal approach to nourishment and self-nurture does include conscious choices about the food I eat, which doesn't just serve my physical body, but also becomes a source of nourishment for my soul. And deeper than that, every single cell in my body. Over the past few years, I have personally been choosing to nourish my body with an ancestral diet and lots of nutrient-dense foods, and making sure I eat enough. Because as I was existing in a body that was depleted because I was not consuming enough food, I was constantly in this perpetual state of survival, lacking resource, sustenance, and therefore an underlying feeling of fear or anxiety would often bubble through my body and my emotions. As I have turned towards choosing nutrient-dense foods and eating enough to be satiated The shifts I have felt in my body, my being, and my life have truly been beyond any words that can actually even share. I feel so deeply nourished and safe. My body has become full of vitality as I've been able to step out of very old survival loops and patterns. Self-nurture and nourishment has also been in expressing my needs, finding the courage to articulate what truly matters to me has been a pivotal part of my own self-nourishment journey. Giving a voice to my desires, concerns, emotions, having open and authentic communication with myself and others, and expressing what it is that I truly stand for and believe in has been a deeply nourishing act of self-love. Sharing my emotions and letting my voice be heard has been a profound shift. And this always involves us being vulnerable and authentic, allowing ourselves to vocalize what is true and alive for us and in our heart is a courageous thing. And often when we are existing in depletion, it's very hard to be courageous, to take challenging choices and make challenging decisions and actions, because we are already feeling such threat within our body. Another way I've been nourishing myself is living in my truth and being true to my core values and beliefs, letting go of any pretense, embracing the truest version of myself moment to moment, living a life that is in alignment to me and being unapologetic in doing so. This has allowed a deepening of connection with myself that I really didn't know was possible. Another part of my journey has been cultivating connection with my physical body. I have been exploring the limitations and the strength and power within my physical body over the past few years through strength training programs. It's now become a non-negotiable and essential part of my daily or weekly self-care. It supported me to develop a very deep love for my body and for feeling strong. And this is a big patterning and cultural conditioning for us to work through as women. And I know for myself, there was many different layers which my coach gently guided me through. But feeling that power and strength in the body supports us to become more embodied. It's also allowed me to access and mobilize many different stored emotions within my body and nervous system that I have never been able to access through meditation alone. And no surprise, if you're in my world, deep rest has been an essential part of my self-nurturing journey. As we begin to resource, remineralize, and renourish our bodies, we begin to integrate so many things that have existed within us on a cellular level that we haven't had the energy or the time or the space or the capacity to process. So within this, it's really essential that we allow ourselves to rest and to recognize the truth that rest is not a luxury, it's essential. We live in a society that is very sick because it is deeply conditioned to believe that if we press the button of go and never press stop, that we are in some way succeeding in life. The journey of self-nourishment is a journey of creating a safe haven within our bodies, a sanctuary where we can truly just be. This supports us to create safety within. and establish a more profound connection and relationship with ourselves. Through this, I have learned the power of no. It's been a significant step in my own journey of self-nourishment. Saying no when it serves my well-being and aligns with my truth is a form of self-empowerment and deep self-love. It's a huge journey, and it has been huge for me, and it continues to be an unfolding process. The patterns and systems that emerged from the coping mechanisms that I personally developed in my childhood, from the experiences and the traumas that I had, included a tendency to freeze or fawn or shut down, to appease or people please the external. And what I have found to be true for me is that these old patterns and ways, these coping mechanisms and strategies, are no longer sustainable in their previous forms, as bringing nurture and nourishment and restoration back into my body has brought life back into every cell. This has deeply changed the tapestry of my body and being, the way that my mind is wired, the responses and reactions, the beliefs and choices that I now align to are very, very different. It has been a journey of nuance, a simultaneous holding of a steady ground, whilst allowing the waves of life to realign me into greater truth, to be deeper in heart and more fully in my body. Nourished and resourced. This is the path and the journey of becoming embodied, nourished, resourced, and mineralized. And I am now welcoming women to walk this journey alongside me too, to discover the profound journey of becoming an embodied, resourced, nourished, and mineralized woman. For women who are ready to experience life where you are able to hold it all with an abundance of energy, deep capacity, and staying connected with yourself. This is a path and a journey that will empower the women that walk upon it to navigate life's challenges with resilience, grace, fully resourced and connected to your emotional landscape within. It is a journey of exploring the art of becoming truly resourced, embodied, nurtured, nourished, and mineralized. If you are a woman that is yearning to walk this path, I welcome you to join me. There are 2 ways in which you can embark on this journey with me. This journey is available to all of my individual mentorship clients. I have 2 mentorships available at this time. The Awakening Woman mentorship, which is for women walking and traversing the path of awakening, and Conscious Conception and Preconception mentorship for women who are yearning to prepare their mind, their body, and their being to become deeply nourished, to conceive life, and to consciously create and birth their child into the world. The second option is for women to join a group mentorship in 2024. The Embodied Woman group mentorship will be a journey of embodiment, somatic awareness, resourcing, movement, meditation, feminine practices, body rituals, remineralization through the root cause protocol, alongside gathering with a circle and a community of other women walking that pathway too. These journeys, when shared, are profound, and they cultivate deep, lasting connections, sisterhoods, and friendships that move way beyond the time and space that we gather together. The links for the individual mentorships are live, and they are in the show notes now, my love. So if either of those are calling to you, I welcome you to click on them, have a read, explore, and send over any questions you have to me. I am always here to support. The link for the Embodied Woman group mentorship is also in the show notes. That link is to get you on the wait list. There is a limited amount of seats in this circle, which allows us to cultivate closeness and intimacy and for you all to be seen and heard within the time we share together. So if that's calling to you, pop yourself on the wait list. All the women on the wait list for the group mentorship will have first access to claim their place, and then we will share it live with our wider audience and community from there. Head on down to the show notes, click all the links, and I look forward to guiding you on your path of becoming embodied, nourished, resourced, and well mineralized. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this musing and sharing, I would love for you to share this episode far and wide. You can arrive into all of my offerings at rebecca-wilson.com. Links to dive deeper with me are in the episode notes. Remember, my love, you are here to be the fullest, most potent, powerful, embodied version of you. I am here to guide you into that. Hey love, I'm dropping in here to welcome you to join us in our online community membership, The Village. I created this space for women to gather, to return to themselves, to deepen the connection and the relationship with self, whilst held in a community of like-minded women walking the journey and the path of their own awakening.